Welcome to Smokey CNC Woodworks. I'm Brian, and today I got to apologize because the video Friday actually came out Saturday. Well, that one's all on me. I actually took a little fishing trip with my brother and one of our friends. We went to another state, did a little fishing, and I forgot to upload the video before I left. I remembered it about halfway there, but since it was a 4.5 hour trip, I thought, well, this one's just going to have to be late. So that's why that one was late. So why this one's late? So Sunday night, this is where it's my fault. I should have got out there earlier to cut this next project. Sunday night, I get out there and I've got the wood set up, got it cut to size, ready to fire up the machine, and the computer just goes blah. Won't do anything. Just shows a bright orange light, will not turn on, will not turn off. I can unplug it, plug it back in, it just goes right back to an orange light and a fan runs. So I'm a little bit of a computer guy, so I did a little research and I think I've narrowed down the possibilities. It's one of three. I'm really hoping it's a graphics card issue. It's burnt out. It's not much to take care of that. So fortunately, I've got a guy that's a technician around here. I don't have the tools to do all the diagnostic tests, so he does. I've dropped it off with him. Hopefully he can troubleshoot this thing real quick and I can have it up and running by Friday so I can do another cut. So today what we're going to do is, since I am doing some Christmas stuff and I've had a few requests for them, I'm going to go ahead and show you the programming side of it and how I program these graphics that I pull off of Google. These are going to be a couple of wreaths, and I said two, yes. I'm going to do a couple of programming deals. One of them doesn't take very long at all. The other one's a little more in depth. So it won't take that long to get to the second one. First one might take a little longer. But I'm going to show you the process I go through to get these things ready to get cut. So here is another issue. I know you thought that'd been the end of it, right? I would have had this video out on time today. Sunday night, last night, I have an internal recorder on my computer. Got it all done. Programmed it up, everything. Thought, I want to preview this one. Pull it over to preview it. The whole thing's blurry. And it's an internal recorder. Come to find out, my graphics card in my laptop isn't big enough to take care of the recording software. And so there was no way I could get it clear. So what I've done is I've set up my video camera in front of the screen and zoomed in on it. Hopefully this comes out right. I know it's got to be clearer than the other one that I was looking at. So that's what we're going to try to do tonight. So let's go. Okay, so I'm just going to run over here, hit create new file. And we've got it set at 12 by 12. 1/2 inch thickness. It's going to appear like birch. Hit OK. We're going to import an image. We're going to do this little one right here. And we'll zoom out. Make the whole thing about the size of the board. Okay, then we'll go over here. This little thing looks like a bird over here to the left. Click on it. We're going to turn the threshold up just to fill in some of these little gaps. There's some little gaps around the edges, so about 0.73 looks pretty good. Hit preview. Looks pretty good. Apply, close. Then we're going to run up here to the picture and left click on it. Then we're going to right click, hit delete, and it removes the original picture. So again, I'm going to left click, highlight it all. Then I'm going to right click, ungroup back to original layers. That way I can delete this mouse or pig or whatever this is here in the middle. So we're going to just go in here and zoom into the mouse or pig, whatever it is. I'm going to highlight certain things and just go through here and delete some of this stuff out of the middle of it. Normally I'd use the keys on the keyboard, but I don't want to put my arm in front of the camera. So we'll just highlight as much as we can. All right, so now we got that. So now I want to go over here to edit objects. We're going to click on node editing mode. Highlight the outside edge of that mouse or whatever. Go to these little nodes, right click, hit delete point. So obviously we've got several of these to do. So we're going to go back over here and just hit selection mode. As you saw there, I added another little node and kind of drew that down. And so now it appears like there's actually nothing ever there. So we have all of our leaves, our little berries up here, and our bow, and that's all we want after. So I just look it over, make sure there's nothing standing out. All my lines are connected, don't have any gaps in them. It looks pretty good. If you really wanted to check that out, highlight the whole project, and if you forget a line, hit shift and left click and it'll get the extra stuff you miss. Go right over here to the left and it says join open vectors. Click on that. It'll show you I have 65 closed vectors, which means these will all cut good. So now we're going to run over to the toolpath side. And we are going to hit V-carve, 90-degree V, kind of a standard depth. I used 0.13. Down here you can see it says in mill, use clearance tools. I talked about that a little bit last Friday. In this instance, there's really no place that that's going to fit in. None of these gaps are that big, so we're going to turn that off. And we're just going to zip one down here to the bottom and calculate. So there's the calculated V-carve. So we're going to hit preview selected toolpath. And there you go. It goes through there, and I'd probably do that black just because that's kind of shadowing back behind it. And so that's the basic graphic that we're wanting to cut. However, now we want to go to 2D view, left click off of it, then left click again on just the outside edge. As you can see, it leaves me a border. So what I'm going to do here is close that, go to profile toolpath. You can see my cut depth is 0.5, which is the depth of my wood. I'm using a 0.125 inch end mill, which is also an 1/8 inch, whichever you like to look at it as. And since I'm on the outside, I'm going to do an outside right cut. That way I'm sure not to get into any of the leaves. So I'm down here and add tabs to the toolpath, edit tabs. You can actually put a constant number. You can just select, or you can just come over here and right click and put them in yourself. I actually prefer just to set them myself. And I don't like where that one's at. If you left click and hold down, you can drag them and move them. I try to keep them as close to a flat area as possible. That way they're easy to cut out when I'm done. So we'll close. Let's go on down, calculate. So it shows you the outline, preview that toolpath, and you can see that it's blue back behind. It is cut all the way through and around the wreath. So once again, we're going to go to 2D view. This time we are going to select the inner line so we can cut the center out of it. Close, profile, all my settings are still the same. This time we're going to do inside left. So again, you'll stay off of your leaves. We're going to go down and once again do tabs. And on something this small, I'll probably just put maybe 3 in here. That's probably enough to hold that, so it doesn't go flopping during the cutting stage. Let's calculate that. Preview selected toolpath, and bam, there you go. So you can see right here, it's cut out the center, it's cut out on the outside. I've got my tabs there so I can cut the outer board loose, and that's the general effect I'm going for. So I would airbrush this. I am going to airbrush this. The outline's black. My wife is wanting to paint this, so believe it or not, I'm going to let her. She's going to do the leaves green and do all the little berries and the bow red. So that's going to take quite a bit of hand painting. She said she doesn't mind doing so, and I'm more than happy to let her because I don't like doing it. So if I was going to actually save this, I've already saved this program. I'd go over here to close. I would click on my VCarve, check on it there. And I'm going to show you right now, this VCarve process was going to take about 16 minutes, which was the first process we did. The outline around the outside edge is going to take 10 minutes. That on the inside is going to take about 3 minutes. So, you know, we're looking right at about 30-minute cut for the whole thing, which isn't too bad. So we've got VCarve highlighted. We're going to go right here to the bottom right, left click, and it says toolpath to be saved, VBit 90 degrees, so that's my VCarve toolpath. I'd save that toolpath, name it, then I'd click off it, go down to profile, do the next profile, save it. So we'd have 3 different files for this cut path. So since I've already got that one saved, we're not going to worry about it. We're just going to slide right over to the next wreath. So we'll close that one. I don't want to save anything on it. So let's just create a new one. Much the same parameters. Hit OK. We're going to import. We're going to do this first one here that you're looking at. And we'll drag it out to the width of the board here. Okay. So if you're wondering about getting real close to the edge, I'm not worried about it because I usually oversize my wood. So if it goes a little over and gets off the wood, it's not a big deal. Since this is a 12 by 12, I'll probably do about a 14 by 14 piece, just to be sure that I encompass my full project. So once again, we're going to go over here to this little bird looking thing. And that doesn't look bad, so we're just going to go ahead and preview it, apply, close. Then we're going to left click, right click, delete the original picture. Then we're going to right click again. Oops. I'm going to highlight the project. We're going to right click, and we're going to hit ungroup back. Okay. So now all I'm wanting to leave here is the bow. So I'll just go through here and start deleting things. I can already see a problem. That line there is attached to the outside, so we're going to have to do some node editing and remove that. So with the rest of this, I'll be able to remove a lot of it. So by dragging down and then moving it right to left, you can highlight many things at once. I'm just going to give you a quick example. If I left click, slide down, and move left to right, I only highlight things that are totally inside the box. If I select down and right to left, you can see that little circle that I've right there that I was halfway across, and this here, it highlights all of it. So you got to be careful when using it. It is a useful tool, but you could often get stuff you don't really intend to delete. So whenever I'm doing a lot of little things, I like to use this. Like these little bitty dots. We're again going to go over to Edit Object. We're going to go to Node Editing Mode. We're going to click on that, and you'll see it gets the whole outline. So once again, I've got to go through and erase all these nodes to make this a solid piece. Okay, so right there, we finished that. Go back over here to selection tool, and you can see it has a nice outline, and it's a nice blank wreath. So my wife's plan for this one is decorating this up with, you know, flowers and other things. And another thought we may get to is drilling holes through this and putting Christmas lights in it to make it a lit wreath. She hasn't decided what we're going to do yet, so hopefully by the time I get ready to actually cut this one, we'll have decided. So first thing we're going to do over here is our bow. We're going to V-carve this bow, so I'm going to left click and drag left to right. I've got all the components of the bow. I'm going to click on V-carve. So here's an instance where we're going to go down 0.13. We are actually going to use the 1/4 inch end mill bit. I can tell you because I've already looked at it. To cut this bow with just a 90-degree V-bit, it takes a little over 26 minutes to do just that bow. So by using the end mill, we'll slide down here and calculate it. And so you want to hit preview all toolpaths. So right there's the end mill working, then there's the V-bit working. So the clearance with the end mill took 4 minutes. With the V-bit, it took another 4 minutes. So a total of 8 minutes to do that whole bow. It took 26 minutes to do it with just a V-bit. So let's go ahead and go up here and change the color of our bow to red. Go over here to 2D. We're going to click on this outside line. We are going to go to Profile, 1/8 inch. And we are outside, so we're going to go outside right. Once again, we got to add tabs. Again, something like this. I only do about 4. This one I could actually probably get away with doing both of these at once, but I'm afraid I'm going to nip that little bit of the bow, so we're going to do them separate again. So we'll go down and calculate, preview toolpath, and there you go. It's cut out all the way around. Back to 2D, inside line, profile, same steps except we're going to go inside left, add tabs. Once again, I'll probably just do 3, something this small that hold pretty solid. Calculate it, preview toolpath, and there you have it. So this is probably going to be all painted all one solid color again, and she's going to decorate it up, or we're going to drill holes in it and put Christmas lights in it. She really hadn't decided on the final design of it yet. If she decides before I actually cut this one, I'll probably do it with the CNC using, right here is a drill tool path where it just goes through there and just pops holes wherever I need them. So once again, I'd go through the save process the same way, go down through here and highlight them, and this time I'd have 4 files. So that was it. I hope this one came out a lot clearer than the internal recorder. Like I said, hopefully my computer gets back up and running, because this is killing me. I mean, I've got several things I need to have cut right now, and I'm just having to tell people, sorry, I'm broke down. But hopefully, and I told you there's 2 or 3 things, and if any of you guys have ideas, feel free to email me at smokeycnc@gmail.com. I don't claim to know everything about this stuff. I don't claim to know everything about computers. I just know them pretty well. And so if you have a better idea of what it could be, here's the 3 I think it is. It is either the motherboard, a video card, or a power input problem. So don't know which one it is. Hopefully my technician can nail this down, get it figured out. We can get a part and get that dude back up and running in no time. Hopefully. Because I'm ready to get back to stuff, because we're fixing to be right in the middle of the holidays and I'm going to have to be cutting a lot of things. So guys, sorry this is late again. I'm trying. Well, that's going to be about it for this video. If you guys haven't done so yet, please subscribe, and I'll see you all next time.